As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and season's greetings from the Baierl Ice Complex, the Galaxy Rink, to be specific, in Warrendale, Pennsylvania, for Game 2 of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader on 10-Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct. I'm Matt Popchock, and with you one more time for the 2022 calendar year, as we shift our attention now to the Gold Division of the Single A classification of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, where the West Allegheny Indians visit the Avonworth Antelopes. And not a whole heck of a lot has changed in the Gold Division since we last saw both these teams play in Neville Township a couple of weeks ago. The North Hills Indians are starting to distance themselves from the rest of the pack, but teams 2 through 7 in the Gold Division are still only 4 points apart in all. West Allegheny coming in 6-3 with one overtime loss for 13 points, good for a 6th place tie in the division. Avonworth coming in 7-5 overall, good for 14 points, and 5th place outright in said division. And speaking of the North Hills Indians, they got some revenge on the Lopes for handing them their only loss to date of regular season play, an 8-6 final at the Island Sports Center last Monday. Connor Ralston, the sophomore, with a goal and an assist in that game. He has 4 points in his last 2 outings. Ralston up to 19 points in his sophomore campaign. He has 4 of those points on special teams this year, 9 goals, 10 assists, and he'll be wearing number 19 in white, number 27 in white for the Avonworth Antelopes, who are coached by first-year varsity coach Stephen LaShawn, who is just 1 year removed from leading the JV program at Avonworth to back-to-back titles. Avonworth's middle school program recently celebrated back-to-back championships as well, so a lot of talent coming down the pipeline. These Lopes are going to be a presence in Class A, you get the feeling, for some time to come. It used to be that the gap between the haves and the have-nots in Class A was quite large, and that's just not the case anymore. And West Allegheny, coached by A.J. Coleman, the former Moon High School star, would like to have something to say about that. The Indians have been playing some fine hockey as of late. We saw them take a loss to McDowell here on PIHL Hockey Night Live, but they've also won 3 of their last 4 overall and scored 20 goals in the process. And the big story for the Indians has been number 39, the senior forward Logan Ballant. Missed the first month of play this regular season with an injury to his sternum that had to be operated on, and doctors actually wondered if Ballant would be able to play any hockey of any kind going forward. He's made a remarkable recovery. He already has 3 goals in his first 4 games of the season, including the lone West State goal in that loss to McDowell. And as he gets going, well, maybe the Indians will continue to grease the wheels and climb the Single A standings as well. And these two teams seem to be heading in very different directions. West A playing some nice hockey going into the holiday break. Avonworth has dropped back-to-back games, and they've lost 4 of 5 overall since their December 1st victory over Chartiers Valley. And offensive consistency has been a big thing for them. They've been outscored 30-16 during that aforementioned skid. And they're just trying to find their footing after getting off to a really hot start in their first year since moving up from the Co-op Division II classification. And we're just about set to go here from the Galaxy Rink for our second game of the night. Earlier you saw the Seneca Valley Raiders make a big statement by defeating the North Allegheny Tigers for first place in Class AAA. And you can watch that game on demand right now on 10-Band TV, or on your Roku, or on your Amazon Fire Stick by downloading the 10-Band TV app. And we imagine that's how a lot of you are watching this game right now as well. There's still a lot to be decided as we enter the holiday break in terms of playoff positioning, but both these teams very much in the thick of things, as the first half of regular season play, half being a term I use loosely, winds to a close. Referees Batco and March are crew tonight, staying on to work the second game as they did the first. And Max Tepsick, the West Allegheny captain, will center the starting line for A.J. Coleman's team to begin the game. Tepsick 5 goals and 9 points to share the team lead in the latter category with Alex Jack. In goal for the Tigers, it'll be Riley Lotta, the senior. At the other end, the Iron Man, Danny Mack, the sophomore. And the Lopes win the face-off and go forward, but the Tigers control it and send it back to center. West Allegheny attacking from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the game. And here's Cooper Powell, the freshman, coming into the offensive zone for the Lopes. Powell trapped in the corner, up to Johnny Smallwood. Smallwood goes left point now, and forgetting the puck was Avery Leffler, the senior captain. And Leffler had his pocket picked by the North Allegheny Tigers, and coming back in transition and putting it into the glove of Danny Mack is Luke Giorgio. And I misspoke earlier, Tepsick and Jack tied for second on the team in points. It's Giorgio who has the team lead in that category with 16. 5 goals, 11 assists. Ballanton to take the face-off for West A and wins it cleanly. Back to Max Smith. Smith poke-checked by one of the Antelopes, as getting this puck deep is Brandon Switalski for West Allegheny. West Allegheny coming off a 7-0 Mercy Roll win in Wheeling, West Virginia last Monday over the Wheeling Park Patriots. That game played at West Banco Arena, and Switalski had a hat trick to pace the Indians as Avonworth comes in offside. Bouncing puck goes below the West Allegheny goal line. It is played by Aiden Odell, the sophomore for Avonworth, but the Indians recover, get it back as far as their own bench, and now they tap it to the Avonworth blue line. Indians changing on the fly here as this puck is stolen by Nick Haig, but not for long. Connor Ralston trying to center it for Odell, who had no idea where that puck was and wasn't looking to accept that pass either as he comes in offside. Another clean face-off win for the Indians. They get this puck deep. Silas Newhouse-Godine retreating defensively for Avonworth. Bouncing puck side of the net. Danny Mack watches it go up to Jack Dolan, the freshman. Dolan gathering speed and gathering momentum into the corner as he's bumped off the puck by Nick Haig. Haig jars it loose, sends it around the boards, not quite out. Newhouse-Godine, with the keep at the right point. Behind the net it goes by everybody. And now it'll be cleared out of there by Hollenberger, the senior. And a stop there as Lotta had to make a save and be ready for it in a hurry. Lopes quickly getting that puck on goal as West A comes back the other way. Snapshot right between the circles. Good save there by Danny Mack on Austin Falick, the sophomore. Jake Seifarth, who's had a big year offensively for Avonworth, sends a man flying as the Lopes change lines. And a whistle here and a stoppage with 14:38 to go in a scoreless first, icing the indication, I believe. No, actually this is going to go against West A as the faceoff comes to the right of Lotta. Indians win another draw. And up to center it comes. Avonworth has 3 men waiting at the red line. Outlet pass intercepted by Sabo. Up ahead now for Giorgio. Giorgio to the goal on his backhand, trying to center it for Tepsick, the senior captain, but that pass didn't connect. Near side it comes to Giorgio, the alternate captain for West Allegheny. Around the boards for John Wineland. The big freshman forward plays it to the corner for Tepsick. Side of the net, it comes out in front. It's loose, and Wineland goes top shelf to make it 1-0 West Allegheny Indians with 14:04 to go in the first period. Tuck in, John Wineland, as he puts it right underneath the crossbar behind Danny Mack for his 4th of the season. A lot of talented freshmen and sophomores, including Mack, for Stephen LaShawn's Avonworth team, but A.J. Coleman's got some pretty capable underclassmen of his own, and as Wineland registers his 7th point in his first varsity season, and West A is out to the early lead here on the road. Wineland snapping it from above the left circle. That's denied by Danny Mack. And he watches the follow-up go wide of the blue paint. Tepsick in the corner, sandwiched by a couple of Avonworth players as the teams fight for this puck near side. It comes out to Loeffler, who gets it back to center. Oh, that's Penrose, I'm sorry. Braden Penrose, a senior defenseman, helped the Lopes send the play the other way as the puck bounces at the right side of the goal, and Riley Lana watches West A play it up, but not out. Austin Sadovsky, the freshman, trying to send it down low, and he's hit hard by Giorgio. Tepsick puts it over an outstretched Avonworth glove and ices it with 12:52 left in the first. Lopes won the face-off. Here's Newhouse Godine toward the goal. That was blocked. Never made it through. Here the other way comes Switolski. Switolski left circle from a bad angle. Save made Mack. No rebound. Now the Indians coming out flying here with an early 5-1 shot advantage, and for that matter, an early 1-0 lead. John Wineland, the freshman, the goal scorer. Face-off won by the Indians. Out in front of comes Snapper, just wide of the net. That didn't miss by much. Lopes have some trouble clearing. Switolski cuts that one off. Good hustle there by the sophomore as Avonworth draws a defensive zone penalty, and Mack is unable to get off for the extra attacker as tripping is indicated against the Indians. So a chance here for the Lopes to finally tilt the ice with 12:21 to go in the first. Down 1-0. Now, if there's anything LaShawn wants for Christmas, it's to get his power play going. The Lopes, with ups and downs on special teams this year, 18.2% on the power play coming in. That's tied for 16th out of 23 teams in Class A as the Indians get a face-off win and get it clear. Brandon Switolski, the guilty party, as the Lopes operate on the power play, and Lotta didn't know where that puck was. It just kind of floated behind the West A goal, and a hard hit here with 5 gone by in the first, and a whistle stops play. And I think that was the freshman, Cooper Powell, getting the worst of that one. Appears to be okay, and Powell drew a penalty off that hit. Luke Giorgio is going off, and so it's a 2-man advantage for Avonworth for 1:38 seconds. Huge opportunity early here for the Lopes to get some momentum back on home ice. Tie up along the boards. West Allegheny doing yeoman's work here on the PK, as they're shorthanded by 2 players. And they continue to tie up the Lopes here along the half wall and fight for this puck. And finally it's pried loose by Gaddy, who puts it side of the net and unable to tee it up with Seifarth. He goes up high to Rolston. Right wing circle it comes now. Now up top for Penrose. Penrose on net. That's deflected over the glove of Lotta. Gaddy rubbed off the puck. Avonworth still has it. 55 to go in the 2-man. Indians clear up but not out. Rolston on the off wing. Down low for Seifarth. Seifarth bumped off the puck. Tepsick playing it defensively for West A. Avonworth gathers it in again at the right point. Here's Penrose. Penrose to Powell on the boards. Cross ice. Now for Powell. Powell, snapper, lot of the save. The rebound is cleared. Great play there by Tepsick. Not standing on ceremony. 20 to go in the two-man advantage. Penrose over the line, drops it off. It comes to Gaddy. Gaddy tried to go shot pass, but Avonworth just a little bit discombobulated there, trying to get set up down low in West A territory as the penalty to Switalski expires. 20 seconds to go in the 5-on-4 now. It's out in front, loose. Gaddy turning around in the right circle. Gaddy goes cross ice. Now back to Gaddy it comes. Another penalty coming up. And it is slashing called. And this one again, I think, is going to go against the Indians. No, this is going to go against Avonworth. I stand corrected. Cooper Powell being sent off just before the penalty to Giorgio expired. So West A successfully kills off the two-man advantage, and that's huge in a 1-0 game here with just over 10 to go in the first period. And now the Indians will get a power play of their own in a couple seconds here for the first time in the game. West A, a pretty strong team penalty killing wise, 7th overall in the classification, coming in at an 85.4% success rate. And again, sometimes you got to generate momentum from special teams and from the penalty kill, and the Indians do just that. Giorgio on the power play for West A. Creates space, surveys the play, pulls back, snaps a shot through traffic. Mack loves it. It's still loose. No, it isn't. Danny Mack has it underneath that paw, and he'll freeze it for a faceoff. .121 to go in the minor penalty on Cooper Powell, the freshman. Switalski off the face-off win for the Indians. Cross ice, glove save, Danny Mack. He says, I'll take that, thank you very much, and we'll face it off again in Avonworth territory. Mack, the Class A leader with 612 minutes played coming into tonight. 7 victories for Mack on the season, which ranked 4th in Single A among eligible netminders. And he's really been a workhorse for this varsity team. Up to center it comes, good clear there by the Lopes. Switalski has to retreat defensively, and he is under all kinds of pressure by Zadovsky. Zadovsky shoulders one of the Indians behind his own goal line. That was Giorgio. As Ballin comes flying over the blue line, he shoots off the right leg of Mack. The rebound is put wide. Wineland unloaded on that puck, but couldn't hit the target. Long-range save made there by Mack. Still loose in front. Pushed to the boards, and it's sent the length of the ice by the Lopes. 28 to go in the power play for West A. Midway through the first with the Indians in front, 1-0. Indians with 9 of the game's first 11 shots on goal as Leffler plays it defensively for Avonworth. Final seconds of the man advantage. Indians keep it in the zone. Tepsick slaps it, deflected wide, and Avonworth is back to equal strength. Long outlet pass, and they spring the cherry-picking player ahead of the play. That's Powell, but West A, is going to be able to get back defensively. That's good hustle there by Tepsick, the captain. It's loose in front of goal. Now it dribbles into the right circle where it's taken the other way by West A. Switalski up ahead. Switalski on his backhand. Drop pass for Wineland. Save made Mack. Rebound pushed wide. Hunter Davis from the right point sends it in deep. And now Avonworth has it back at center as Powell is shouldered off the puck. by James Hollenberger. Lopes make a line change as West Allegheny sends it up ahead. Intercepted there by Seifarth. Seifarth around a man. Seifarth and around another man. Seifarth to the goal. Around Haig in front. It's loose and put just wide somehow. Oh, I don't know how the Lopes weren't able to finish that play, but somehow, some way, Riley Lotta kept it out of there. Chance again for the Lopes as Lotta makes a save from his knees. Rebound comes to the corner. And a hard hit there on one of the Indians at the half wall. Dolan gains the red line and dumps it in. As this puck comes outside the West A zone, Seifarth pulling back. Now leading the charge back for Avonworth, has room to maneuver. Seifarth to the goal, kicks it to himself, waits for Lotta to go down but can't shoot. Penrose keeping it in at the right point. Penrose in behind the net for Brendan Hennigan. Indians survive that sequence and they send it deep into Avonworth territory. Mack hugging that post as it's played back to center. Hennigan in pursuit for the Lopes. Swatowski's going to be the first one there. And from the corner, it's sent out in front. Off balance play is, this shot is put just wide, and that's Hennigan wanting to come off as this puck is steered wide the opposite direction of Riley Lotta, the West Allegheny goaltender. Cooper Powell out in front to nobody in particular. This one's going to be taken the other way by Max Smith. He gets it as far as the Avonworth blue line where it's taken by Penrose, the Avonworth captain. And a stick there into the midsection of one of the Lopes as play continues. Sabo from the left point couldn't get the shot all the way on goal. Smith drops it backward and a hard hit on one of the Indians as this puck is sent the length of the ice for icing. 5 to go in the first and still a 1-0 lead for West Allegheny. From the corner, the Indians control, but not for long as Avonworth ties up Tepsick in the corner, right in front of those Avonworth senior banners. Puck floating back into the corner now as it was partially deflected. And Avonworth gathers it in, and it's sent up ahead to Leffler. Leffler on his off wing, trying to get around his man there. That's Nick Sabo, and Sabo stayed right with him. Gaddy in over the blue line, couldn't catch up to this puck. And the Indians will gain the red line and send it in. Wineland, the lone goal scorer. Between the circles now, turnaround shot wide of the net. Tepsick playing this puck off the boards. Bounces up to the point where it's sent to Sabo. Sabo through a crowd, deflected just wide off an Avonworth stick. Gaddy nearly put that one into his own goal. Sabo with that shot. It's blocked in front by Leffler. And the alternate captain sends it up ahead to Austin Gaddy. Gaddy on the off wing. Gaddy centering, shot pass. Same Lotta, rebound loose in front as Lotta is run over, and the Lopes can't believe they weren't able to score there as the whistle blows. And that's kind of the way it's been going for Avonworth during this recent skid. Just everything there but the final touch, the execution, if you will, as it remains a one-goal game with 3:39 left in the opening period. And with Lotta, the North Allegheny senior, no worse for the wear. The faceoff comes outside his zone where it's won by Avonworth, but West Allegheny will control from its own blue line. Ballant playing it on one hand. his backhand to be exact. Ballant goes right point for Burke, and Brennan Burke's shot is blocked, but he gets it right back. Down low it comes to Max Smith. Smith puts it off the side of the Avonworth net, where Mac tries to reach back and freeze it, but no can do. Up to Seifarth it comes. Seifarth has Ralston up ahead of the play, but can't connect with him in time, and Ralston is offside. Now, a couple other single-A teams in action right now on the island. On Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, Brian Mitchell has the call of Montour North Hills. And you can watch that one on demand on 10 Band TV as well. This playoff picture just becomes more and more fascinating as we go on. A lot of really good teams in this Gold Division in single A, and we're looking at two of them tonight. Haig turning around in his own blue line to send it to the opposite blue line, where Penrose, the Avonworth captain, sends it deep, and it'll be touched by one of the Indians on its way in for icing, so play continues here in the final 2:20 of first period action. Penrose, with his back to the play, sends it up ahead for Dolan, but Dolan's pass intended for Ralston was given away to one of the Indians. That's Smith, and Smith puts it just wide of Danny Mack. Loose at the side of the net. Avonworth recovers. Penrose with speed now over the line. Penrose driving the net, poked aside by Lotta. And from a bad angle, it's put off Lotta's shoulder, and he covers that dangerous-looking, albeit low percentage shot inside the blue paint for a faceoff. And remember that, kids, shoot the puck from anywhere. And I do mean anywhere. You never know. Indians win the draw. Off the faceoff, this shot after the steal by Avonworth is steered just wide by Lotta. Sabo in his own corner reverses play. Now sends it up to Giorgio. Giorgio cross ice, good pass there to Tepsik. Tepsik 1-on-2, Tepsik to the goal. Tepsik puts it over the bar. Everything there but the finish for the West A captain, as this puck is played with an Indians high stick. Avonworth touches it to negate the would-be call, and the Lopes bring it back to center, 3 men strong. Hennigan reaches back to try and grab this puck, and the Indians are able to clear it the length of the ice, though, and this will be icing against West A in the final minute of first period action. Face off to the left of Riley Lotta. And even though Gaddy had his stick tied up, he fights to win possession of that puck, but can't get a shot clean on goal. And with his back to the play, Gaddy watches Swatowski poke this puck the length of the ice. Steele Selders in after it for Avonworth. West Allegheny centers it to nobody in particular, and here's Connor Ralston coming the other way, 1-on-3. Ralston stood up as I untie my tongue there by Brennan Burke right in front of his own bench. Turnaround try by Swatowski at the other end. That's stopped by Mack. Puck frozen on the side of the net. No high stick, they say. 15 to go in the period. Haig redirected wide by Swatowski. 5 seconds to go. And Gaddy will play it to Newhouse Godine. And that's it, and that's all for period 1 here at the Galaxy Rink in this Class A Gold Division affair. John Wineland has the only goal, and West Allegheny has the 1-0 lead over Avonworth. I'm Matt Popchock, and it's PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct. And Melikaliki Maka indeed to those who celebrate. As we are back here at the Baierl Complex in Warrendale, Matt Popchock with you for this PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader. Oh, I'll say this much, it feels something like Hawaii in here compared to the chilly evening air here in Greater Pittsburgh. First period shots 12-6 in favor of the West A Indians. And they lead the Lopes of Avonworth by a score of 1-0 on an early even strength goal by John Wineland. A big 5-on-3 penalty kill also in that first period for the Indians to preserve their advantage. And a chance the other way at the beginning of the second period as Tepsic was trying to go cross ice for Wineland, looking for a second as the teams have switched sides. Tepsic out in front, had Giorgio driving the net, but that pass was broken up. Save there by Mack, as you could hear that one coming off the leg pad. Indians still have it, but they play it off an Avonworth skate, and the Lopes should be able to get this back to center, and they do, but at what cost? That was a hard hit there on Cooper Powell, the freshman, who stays on here to complete his shift. Lopes, a little bef of a stumble as they play this puck back into West A territory as Leffler scores! Isn't that a fine how do you do by Avery Leffler as that puck caught a piece of something and it just floated in underneath the bar and over the glove hand of Riley Latta. And 1 minute into the second period, we've got a 1-1 game. Leffler met with puck luck for his third goal of the season. Now, when you're a struggling team, that's the kind of bounce that can really change things. You need a play like that. You need something to go your way to kind of change the direction of things as this puck is played high up in the air, deep in Avonworth territory. And it comes to Ballant, who puts it wide of an Avonworth defender. Rebound at the side of the net is blocked away by Danny Mack as the Lopes have a little bit of hop here after tying the game on a somewhat fluky goal from long range by Avery Leffler, who had just gained the West A blue line when he fired that puck. I didn't see exactly what it hit on the way in, but you know, Steve LaShawn will take it one way or another. Penrose over the line. Penrose keeps his feet as he sends this puck to the corner for Ralston. Ralston bodied by Haig in the near corner. Lopes still fighting for it down low, trying to get a cycle going here in a 1-1 game, early second. It's loose in front. Indians can't locate this puck. Now they will defensively and send it the length for icing. Now tomorrow night on 10 Band TV, Matt Geitka is back on the mic. And he'll have the call as his Peters Township Indians take on the Pine Richland Rams from Princecape Arena just after 7 o'clock Eastern time. And stick with us for the nightcap as Matt will have the call of the second game between Upper St. Clair and Cannon McMillan, also at Princecape Arena, as we get another stoppage here. And that'll do it for us in the 2022 portion of the 2022-2023 season. So you don't want to miss that one. Our last PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader of the calendar year tomorrow night, right here on 10 Band TV. Seifarth, just shy of the blue line, sends it around the boards for Dolan. Dolan pinned against the glass by one of the Indians. That's Hollenberger defensively for West Allegheny. Figley trying to play that puck on the bounce. Instead, it'll come to Connor Page. Page from distance. That missed the net. Bouncing puck in front. Mack unable to find it. Wraparound try by Page. Denied. Snapshot fanned on by one of the Indians. That's Falick as he gets escorted into the boards by Smallwood. Loose puck again in front. Mack makes the save from his knees, and the rebound is pushed to the corner. Good shift here for the Indians. Figley, top of the right circle, shoots through a crowd. Mack again with a save. And the Lopes clear it to center. Anthony Giusto, the senior, doing the honors there. As LaShawn was emptying his bench a bit. Loose puck side of the net. Oh, a golden chance there for Figley. Couldn't settle it down. Now a chance for the Tigers again as Burke shoots it from the top of the right circle, but it was blocked. Too many white jerseys in the way of that one as the Indians have to reset at center. Tepsic over the line. Tepsic 1-on-2. Centers try to go to Burke. Burke has it, but he's forced outside the zone. Here comes Dolan the other way for Avonworth. Dolan backhands it deep and wants to come off here as the Lopes change on the fly. Giorgio cross ice for Page. Page over the blue line. Page puts it off an Avonworth skate. That of Smallwood as it goes in behind the net. Burke with it. Gave it up to the Antelopes, who sent it back to the red line. Giorgio at center. Gave it away to one of the Antelopes. And here with it is Powell. Powell puts it off Lada, who covers. $12 to go to the ice cut in a 1-1 game here between these Class A Gold Division rivals. John Wineland, an early first period goal for West Allegheny. Avery Leffler, the alternate captain, an early second period goal to tie for Avonworth. Giorgio tries to go through a sea of white shirts and find Wineland, but nothing doing. Lopes give it away to Figley. Figley, bouncing puck there in on Mack, and Mack pins it underneath his glove. That puck took a wicked bounce in on goal, and that was very nearly 2-1. Well, Avonworth getting sloppy in their own zone, but Mack with a good bailout save there. Giorgio off the draw, backhands it towards goal, bouncing puck through a sea of bodies. Didn't make it on goal. Wineland behind the net. Wineland out in front to nobody in particular. And here comes Avonworth. Ralston on the off wing, pulls up, tries to go down low, and that pass was a little beyond the reach of Hennigan as it's loose in front and swiped at by Leffler, but settled down defensively by West Allegheny's Hollenberger. Wineland takes it away now for the Indians. Wineland has a man up ahead of the play, that's Giorgio, but he can't hook up with him as the Lopes play it in front of the West A bench into Indians territory. Hollenberger retreating as he is pursued aggressively by Hennigan. Leffler battling for this puck on the half wall. And Tepsic wins that battle for West A, and he'll send it the length for icing. A.J. Coleman calls for wholesale changes before the defensive zone faceoff with 10:26 to go in the second. Coleman, one of a host of former PIHL players who find themselves in the coaching ranks now, and that's becoming more and more in vogue these days. Odell off the draw, toward the net, blockered away by Lada. Ballin plays it behind his own goal, but not quite out. Penrose with a good keep at the right point. Bouncing puck settled down by Haig. He couldn't get it out either. Nifty little maneuver there by Seifarth. Seifarth down low, left side. Bottom of the left circle, unable to make that play happen. And coming the other way with it is Switolski for West A. Switolski powers his way through a body check, puts it wide of the crease, And Avonworth is going to be able to play it up to center. Lopes stood up at the West A blue line as Smith sends it the other way for West A. Avonworth coming back 2-on-2, make it 2-on-3 as Smith gets back defensively. Good poke check there as this shot goes wide of the glove hand of Lotta. Dolan left circle. Dolan on his backhand goes cross ice. Out in front it comes to Penrose. Oh, that went between the pillows. But Lotta squeezes the pillows and freezes the puck for a face-off. Avonworth really trying to get creative on that shift in an effort to take their first lead of the night. But it remains a 1-1 game with 9:20 to go to the ice cut. Face-off controlled by Figley of West A. Off the boards and up through center it goes. Retreating is Selders for Avonworth. And he's able to send it to Powell up ahead. Powell for Ralston. Ralston shooting. Good stick save there by Lotta. Behind the net it comes. Indians recover defensively, but good hustle here by Gaddy to keep the puck in deep as we approach the midpoint of the period and game. West Allegheny 1, Avonworth 1. Neither of these gold division teams giving any ground here as they jockey for one last victory before the holiday break and jockey for playoff positioning as well going into the second half of the regular season. Malsh has to wait for his mates to get on side. Gaddy playing this puck right in front of us at the glass. Shot from distance by Nick Sabo goes wide of the blocker hand of Danny Mack. And one of the Lopes going down in front of the West A bench as play continues. Now Powell drew the contact there. As this pass is a little too far for Page. Lopes will play it behind their own goal line. Up for Ralston. Ralston for Justo. Justo had his pocket picked by Giorgio. Giorgio comes back the other way and shoots it in the stomach of Mack, who holds for a faceoff. 7.5 to go in the period as the Lopes get some fresh players out there. Shot still decisively in favor of West Allegheny, now by an 18-11 count, but only goal of the period so far belongs to Avonworth's Avery Leffler. Haig goes down as he was met by Justo trying to get that puck into Avonworth territory. And Justo pins Haig up against the Avonworth bench now as the Lopes apply offensive zone pressure. Wineland plays it defensively back to center ice. Leffler gets it deep. Ralston going in after the dump in. Gets around Burke and drops it back. A nifty little pass there for Sadovsky. Going up high to Ralston. Shot on goal. Good save there by Lotta. The rebound. Leffler didn't know where it was as Haig was trying to rub him off that puck. And here comes Wineland counterattacking for West A. Wineland shoots. Save Mack. No rebound. Well, Danny Mack continues to be one of the hardest working men in show business as far as PIHL Class A goaltenders are concerned, and already up to 18 saves tonight in a 1-1 game as time ticks away in period 2. And here come the Lopes, 4 men strong. Centering pass for Dolan. He shoots. Save made, Lotta. That might be his best of the night. Ballin gloves it down. Ballin trying to poke it through the legs of the back-checking defenseman Colin Anderson. But Anderson had other ideas. Burke playing it calmly for West Allegheny now, up ahead to Switolski. Switolski trying to keep the momentum of that puck going forward. Now Burke has it. Off an Avonworth body, it trickles wide. Loose in front, picked up by Dolan. Avonworth in transition. Dolan flying down the middle. Shot denied by Lotta, and up into the protective netting, and through the protective netting, I believe it goes somehow. A souvenir puck to any JV player who wants it. Face-off coming up in West State territory to the left of their goaltender, Riley Lotta. Falick to take it against Gaddy. Falick wins it for the Indians. As the Lopes are offside here, they have to tag up, and now they do. Gaddy just gets it deep, and Lotta tried to get that puck out of his glove to usher the play along, and he does. Hunter Davis coming in over the blue line for West A. Davis on his backhand out in front, and that pass did not hit the intended target, Brendan Burke. Now that was Falick, number 9, actually, who was the intended target of that pass. I stand corrected. Gaddy defensively for Avonworth, pulling back. Hit into the glass. Newhouse Godine playing this puck. Double teamed by a couple of Indians along the half wall. And this 50-50 battle belongs to the Indians. But Avonworth is trying to clear this puck as Page stands up as man and retaliates. And now one of the Avonworth players sends a cross-check into Page's back as play continues. Meanwhile, at the other end of the ice, the Lopes bring it around the boards and out in front. One-timer out in front by Gaddy, and Latta read it too well. Nifty little zone entry there by Ralston. Ralston shoots from the top of the left circle, and that just missed Lotta's glove hand. And the net, for that matter. On the backhand, now to the forehand, Malsh puts it wide. Good shift here for Avonworth late in the period. And finally, the Indians clear it. Coleman barking out some instructions on the go to his defense as Malsh comes back now for Avonworth and puts it wide of the far post. Leffler keeps it at the right point. Down low for Zadovsky. Zadovsky on his backhand. Reverses the play. Ralston will accept this puck for Avonworth. Up to Leffler. Leffler off the boards. Back to Ralston. Ralston out in front. One-timer. Lotta the save. The rebound. Put off Lotta somehow, some way. Zadovsky unable to finish. Avonworth with all kinds of chances late in this period as West Allegheny ices this puck with just over 3 minutes left until the ice cut. Avonworth with some momentum now. 5 straight shots on goal and forcing some big stops from Lotta, the senior. Out in front, another one there by Lotta, as if on cue with the left leg. Dolan fans on the shot from the high slot area, and this time the Lopes have to retreat to play the puck. All the way back into their own corner. It's sent off the boards and back to center. And here comes Dolan, 2-on-1. Dolan, top of the left circle, shoots off Lotta. I think he got a piece of that with his blocker, and he dives to his right to cover to force the face-off. Riley Lotta, the senior tendy, is giving the West Allegheny Indians a lifeline, and then some. Here in a 1-1 game, 2:35 to go, second period. Seifarth to Dolan in the near corner. Now it's taken the other way by Switowski, and now the Indians have a 2-on-1 possibly the other way, but this pass a little too heavy for Falick, who has to go all the way in the corner to go after it. And through the scramble at center, the Avonworth Antelopes have it again. Shot from the top of the right circle was sticked aside by Lotta. Final 2 minutes of second period play. Penrose down low. Shot from the top of the circle, fanned on by Colin Anderson, who gets knocked to the ice. Seifarth with it on his backhand. Had Hennigan open for a moment, instead goes to Dolan. Dolan shoots, score! Jack Dolan nuzzles that nylon, and the Lopes would not be denied at the end of the second period. 2-1 Avonworth with 1:41 to play. And what a freshman season Dolan is having with the varsity club as he nets his 6th of the year. We told you about all that young talent and the younger programs for the Avonworth Hockey Club. The JV team and the middle school team both very successful in recent years, and that talent's starting to pay rich dividends. Cross ice feed. Oh, what a save by Mack at the other end. The Indians think they've scored. The officials never pointed at the net. Batko and March, the referees, discussing the play. The entire Indians bench leapt up in celebration, and they have scored. They say the puck went in and out. We never saw it cross the line. Tepsick is going to get the goal. Boy, did that have some velocity on it, and just like that, we've got a 2-2 game. The captain makes it happen for West A, his 6th goal of the year. And we're back to square one. Or should I say square two. Final 77 seconds of second period play, and business has picked up at both ends. I mean, that was a literal bang-bang play, and none of us saw that puck go in, but after discussion, they give West Allegheny credit for the goal, and it's going to be Max Tepsick's 6th of the season unofficially. Now, without the benefit of video replay in these rinks, you can't rewatch and see the puck go in and out as he could in NHL barns. But our producer, Todd Kazarowski, can see it, and he just confirms that's exactly what happened. It went in and out. Neither of the officials initially saw it, but hey, give them credit. Refs take God knows what from fans for every one they get wrong. Let's give them credit for getting one right. Final 38.5 of the second period. It is West Allegheny 2, Avonworth 2, as this puck is played with a hand. And we'll face it off again to the right of Danny Mack. And that call, an interesting one, because in the defensive zone, you can play the puck with a hand legally, but I think what's being rolled here by referee Batko is that the Avonworth player in question may have closed his hand on the puck before he propelled it forward, and so that's why we got the whistle. But in any event, back to action as the Indians nearly take the lead right back on a play out in front by Ballant. Here comes Avonworth in the final moments of the second period. Sadovsky gets it deep, bouncing puck in front, it's still loose, swiped at by one of the Lopes with 5 seconds left, and the Indians are going to be content to go into the locker room as they cut the ice at the Baierl Ice Complex here at the Galaxy Rink in Warrendale, Pennsylvania, with the score after 2 periods in PIHL Class A Gold Division play. The Avonworth Antelopes 2, the West Allegheny Indians 2. I'm Matt Popchock. Third period action to come in just a little bit here on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
I've been around a time or two. I've been around and round with you. You don't like the way I carry myself, woman. Maybe it's time for you to choose.
Two jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
I've been around time or two. I've been around and round with you. You don't like the way I carry myself, woman. Maybe it's time for you to choose.
Two jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
And second period shots on goal were 13-9 in favor of Avonworth, who won that period. And now the Lopes are going to try to win the game and snap a two-game skid here right before the holiday break. Avonworth Antelopes 2, West Allegheny Indians 2 as we get set for period 3 here at the Baierl Ice Complex in Warrendale, Pennsylvania. Matt Popchock here with you inside the Galaxy rink, where John Wineland got the party started for West Allegheny just 2:56 into the game, and he snapped a scoring drought of 5 straight games without a point in a big way with an early goal set up by Max Tepsick, the West A captain, and Luke Giorgio with the other assist. So Giorgio picks up his team-leading 17th point of the season with that secondary apple, and it was 1-0 West A after one. First minute of second period play, Avery Leffler with a fluky goal from 60 feet away, if not more so, as he fired a puck just beyond the West A blue line that deflected off something and floated over top goaltender Riley Lotta and in behind him to make it 1-1 unassisted 1 minute into the second period. With 1:41 to go in the period, this is where it got interesting. Avonworth took its first lead on a goal by Jack Dolan, set up by Jake Seifarth, and suddenly Seifarth has a hot hand. He's got 4 points in his last 2 after going 3 in a row without a point, so look out for him. And that made it 2-1 Lopes, but then 24 seconds later, Wineland set up Tepsick for a shot that went in and out so quickly that officials did not roll it a goal initially, but they did huddle after play was whistled dead, and they eventually did award a goal to Max Tepsick, his 6th goal of the season. And that is where we stand right now, as referee March will do the honors to begin period 3. And the Indians push it into Avonworth territory on the freshly cut ice before Connor Ralston comes back the other way for Avonworth. Into the corner it goes. And two-period shot totals, by the way, I should point out, 21-19 in favor of West A. As Leffler plays this puck behind his own goal line, near side for Ralston, given away to the Indians right out in front. A shot is kicked aside, and the Indians score on the follow-up. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Wineland makes it a 3-2 game. Avonworth couldn't get out of its own way in its own end, and Wineland goes between the legs on Danny Mack to give the Indians their lead again. Fifth of the year and second of the night for the freshman. Near side it comes now to Wineland. Wineland over the line, hits the brakes. Wineland down low. Tepsic watches it go by, for Giorgio. Lopes are able to get it back to center as Gaddy has it deflect off his blade. Near side for Penrose, and the Avonworth captain is over the West A blue line, and his shot from beyond the right circle is smothered by Lotta. Now, what's that famous Mike Tomlin saying? If the other team's going to score, you want them to score quickly. Well, West Allegheny doing just that in this opening minute and change of third period play. And Avonworth, which had 54 goals as a team coming in, sixth most in Class A, has all kinds of time to pull back even. Penrose from the high slot, backhands it toward goal. That never made it there. And coming the other way is Ballant. Ballant dances around a man, and that man goes down. That's Cullen Anderson. Ballant centers this puck to nobody in particular except the Avonworth Antelopes. And coming the other way is Hennigan for Avonworth. Hennigan hits the brakes, lost the puck. Ballant in transition for West A. He's ridden into the Avonworth bench, and his stick is dislodged, and Ballant is hurt here. Ballant shaken up on that play as his hand might have gotten jammed up against the edge of that bench. And, you know, we are all acutely aware of his recent injury history. We told you at the top of the broadcast about that procedure done to repair the sternum injury. And Ballant immediately getting back up on his own volition. And here's a nice round of applause from both sides here of the Galaxy Rink in the Baierl Ice Complex. And so the on-duty EMT will repair to the West Allegheny bench. And we'll drop the puck just outside the Avonworth blue line. Clean face-off win for the Lopes. Mulch playing it at center red. Taken now by Falick of West A around the boards. Stopped by the skate of Hollenberger. Given away to Avonworth. Snapshot. Score! Jake Seifarth makes it a 3-3 game. 14:49 to go, third period. Slap hands, slap hands. Seifarth, his fourth of the season. Avonworth now with 4 players on the varsity roster with double figures in points, as this shot is gloved by Lotta, but he couldn't control the rebound. Avonworth with a little momentum now after tying the game off the goal by Seifarth. And Seifarth re-enters the zone and gets stood up by Tepsic, but I think Tepsic got the worst of that one, as a matter of fact. And now another of the Lopes going down right in front of the West A bench as play continues in Avonworth territory. Lopes play it deep in their own zone, and they almost gave it away to Giorgio, but skating back to center is Mulch. Seifarth with it. Seifarth 1-on-2, dribbles it toward the goal. Now takes it by himself. That puck on a string right now for Jake Seifarth. To the corner it goes for Leffler. Out in front. The redirect attempt was all for naught. Chance the other way maybe for West A, but Mac's going to get there first and clear it away as it's sent through the legs of Wineland. Haig behind his own net. Skates it out to center. Haig entering the Avonworth zone before he's checked off the puck neatly by Ralston. Back to center it comes for Zadovsky. Zadovsky 1-on-3. Good poke check there by Burke as he gets it back to the circle. Newhouse Godine up ahead. Had a man in the officials' crease. Now it's one touched at center to Justo. Newhouse Godine now put into the West A bench as Ralston fights for that puck. Comes in behind the West A goal, played by Lotta. And he's going to leave it for Haig. Now Tepsick skates back to center with it for the Indians. Tepsick being pressured by Penrose all the way. Tried to center it for Wineland. Wineland, he was too far ahead of that pass. Chance the other way for Zadovsky and Ralston as those two are unable to hook up. Just too many red jerseys in the way. And a lead pass now to Giorgio, who has some room on the left side. Giorgio tried to outmaneuver his man, but couldn't. Good stick-to-itiveness there by Leffler, who has a goal in this game and ices his puck for Avonworth. 3-3 your score in period 3, 12-10 to play. And as we come at you live 20 minutes after 10 Eastern time, North Hills was leading Montour 3-0 when last I checked that score, so the Indians continue to distance themselves from the Gold Division pack, of which both these teams are a part. And we'll be seeing the Indians after New Year's Day for our first 2023 broadcast, but more on that later. Chance the other way now for the Indians. Hollenberger to the goal. Snapshot. Score! Hit that horn, baby. Let's dance. 4-3 Indians. .11:38 to play, third period, excuse me. Got to watch that 5-hole, and we've seen it happen to both goaltenders in this period. Now it's happened to Danny Mack twice. Avonworth out letting this puck, but kept in at the line by Burke, who puts it behind the Lopes goal. Sent around the boards now, and one touch back through center. Chance the other way for Seifarth if he can catch up to it, but he has to go a long way to do that. Ducks around a check. Now plays it behind the West Allegheny net. And the Indians, Falick, will send it back into neutral ice. Dolan for Penrose. One touch to Hennigan. Hennigan right side lost the puck as it rolls off his stick to that of Burke. Up ahead now to Ballant. Ballant off balance shot into the stomach of Mack, who pins it against his left leg for a face-off. Swatowski off the draw and off the right leg of Danny Mack. Down low is Mac Smith, and Mack is going to cover this puck in the blue paint. Hollenberger, the senior, with his first goal of the varsity campaign, and boy, is it a big one. Just a little over 3 minutes after Seaforth had tied the game for Avonworth. And Indians go forward off the faceoff, but fanning on that shot attempt was Max Smith. Smith trying to wrap it around. He can't. He's too well covered by two men. Richard Mulch from the half wall trying to play it up and out for Avonworth. He can't do it. And now finally Zadovsky's going to be able to get it outside the line. Mulch from his knees swiping at this puck for Zadovsky. Zadovsky tried to pinball it off of Max Smith's body, but here the other way comes Switalski for West Allegheny. He stood up nicely by Leffler. Leffler goes left side of Ralston. Ralston pulls up. Ralston creating space. Ralston right side. It's swiped up on one of the lopes and centered for Leffler, but the pass goes wide. Turnaround try now and a kick save by Latta. West A content to ice it with 9:35 to go in regulation. Indians clinging to a 4-3 lead. West A in search of their fourth victory, in their last 5 games. They're 3-1 since they were shut out by North Catholic back on the 8th of November. And we'll be seeing North Catholic after New Year's Day as well. But again, more on that later. In the corner, a puck battle is won by the Indians. Sabo goes defensively to Wineland. Wineland trying to take matters into his own hands and clear the zone for the Indians as this puck is sent back deep by Avonworth. Sabo, far corner. Now it comes around the boards. Avonworth right there waiting for it. And a hard shoulder bump on one of the Indians there behind the goal line as Wineland has it in neutral ice. Wineland with a puck off the boards to nobody in particular. Odell plays it at his own blue line. Up ahead for Gaddy, too strong, icing against Avonworth as we hit the midpoint of period 3. Falick wins the faceoff for West A. Around the boards it comes. Hollenberger hits a man hard from behind. And that was Leffler getting the worst of that one as he gets right back up and swipes at this puck as Falick was trying to bring it out in front. Falick watches this one go under his stick as the Lopes are unable to get it back to center. Dolan has it, puts it off his own bench, and Leffler hustles after this one, but he will not catch up to it in time to negate the icing call. There's some good back and forth action here at Warrendale in the always competitive Class A Gold Division. At least this season it's certainly been competitive and then some. West Allegheny 4, Avonworth 3. Under 8 to go. Bouncing puck. Played back towards center. And A.J. Coleman visibly upset on that West A bench. He wanted to call there as the puck comes in front, but Max Smith fanned on the attempted shot. That puck fired over the boards and off the glass by one of the Indians. That was Ballant, I believe, who pulled the trigger on that one. Dolan on his off wing between the circles. Dolan down low. Nobody there to take the pass. Good defensive teamwork there by the Indians who counterattack. Here's Switalski. Switalski poke checked. Cross ice it comes. Smith with a shot. And almost caught Mack leaning the wrong way, but Mack made the save. Face-off won by the Indians, but they can't keep it in the offensive zone. Figley has to retreat all the way to his own end to play it, and Avonworth takes it. Zadovsky shooting off the blocker of Lada, and that somehow stays in play. To the right point it comes for Penrose. Figley around the boards. Cut off there by Steel Selders, as Selders puts a hard hit on one of the Indians at the Avonworth bench. That was Hollenberger getting the worst of that one, as this shot is put over the head and right shoulder of Riley Latta, the West A netminder. Icing against the Indians now with 6 1/4 to go. And the West A captain, Tepsic, battles for possession here off the defensive zone draw. Shot from the right point was blocked. And that was Burke getting in the way of that one as Wineland sends this across the ice for Tepsic. Avonworth reverses to play. Giorgio for Tepsic. Tepsic on his backhand toward the net. Good save by Danny Mack. Good shot attempt there by Tepsic. Giorgio shoots. He puts it just wide. Don't know if Mack got a piece of that or not. Up to center it comes to Aiden Odell. Odell 1-on-2. Odell shouldered by Giorgio just as he was about to shoot. A good play there by the West A senior. And in behind the Indians net it comes. Lopes go in digging for it. Gaddy is pinned against the boards. He has some help, and Avonworth wins that puck battle. Smallwood, right point. Off the boards. The design pass out in front it comes, and they score! Gaddy might have gotten a piece of it. In any event, it's a 4-4 game, and we're not done yet here at the Baierl Complex. Leffler discussing with the officials who actually got that goal, and we should have a verdict momentarily. Leffler shot it from a terrible angle, and he might actually get credit for this one as it deflected off something and in behind Riley Latta, and going forward off the face-off is Hennigan, who goes cross-ice. Seifarth going after this puck. And we'll try and get that determination for you as soon as we possibly can, but the Antelopes have tied the game in any event as this hand pass is whistled against West Allegheny with 4:46 to go in the third. And off the draw, it's Swatolski. Swatolski, left wing side. His shot blocked. Loose, stick to side by Danny Mack. Figley from the point. That shot went off a body as well. And trying to get it back to center was Penrose. He couldn't. Ballant has it. Ballant lost it at the last moment. Ballant with it behind the goal now. Up top for Sabo. Sabo with space. Toward the goal. It goes wide. Indians have the rebound and put it out in front, but nobody's home. Avonworth can't clear. Max Smith drives the right circle, but he's bodied off the puck by Seifarth. Seifarth skating back to center. Mishandled the puck, but Dolan is right there. Dolan driving the net. Seifarth in front, save Latta, and there is no rebound. Some serious drama here with under 4 to go in a 4-4 game between Gold Division Class A combatants Avonworth and West Allegheny. And that Avonworth goal belongs, as of this moment, to Avery Leffler. his second of the night. And a chance the other way for Giorgio. Can he get there in time? Yes, he can. Giorgio to the goal. Save made by Danny Mack. His biggest of the night. And we get a whistle, and what's the call here? Penalty shot. A penalty shot has been awarded to the West Allegheny Indians. Oh my. Luke Giorgio is going to get a chance to finish what he started. Boy, an interesting decision there. Normally, if the player is able to get the shot off, you don't see the penalty shot called. It can happen. It's not completely unusual, but it doesn't always happen. All kinds of twists and turns and etc. in this third period. Now here's Giorgio over the line. Giorgio to the goal. Denied! The second time is not the charm, and we remain tied at 4. Again, if I'm being truly objective, it's a curious decision to award the penalty shot in that instance, but Danny Mack, the capable Avonworth sophomore, making the point moot with a big save to keep the game tied with 3:38 to play in regulation. Don't log off just yet, folks. 4 goals in this third period, 2 for each side. And here comes Avonworth. Zadovsky is double teamed and taken down by Wineland. Smallwood from the boards. Bouncing puck toward goal. Lotta had to be ready. And now his own man topples over him as Lotta covers. I'll have to ask my producer, Todd Kazarowski, if that's the first penalty shot since we've been doing this. I thought so. Yeah, first time for everything. Well, every shift, every face-off seems so critical here, and Avonworth wins this one as Penrose puts it off a skate. And the Indians clear it back to center. Ballant over the line and up ahead of the play with Switolski, but he couldn't find him. Cross-ice pass for Powell, who just one-touches it back into West State territory. No icing, says referee March. Didn't go far enough anyway. And this bouncing puck will be played by Anderson in front of his own blue line. West State back through center now. Ballant around the man. Ballant from the corner. Ballant centers it out in front. Backhanded try. Save Mack. Rebound steered wide. Shot over top the net this time by Brendan Burke. Some serious chances here for the Indians on this shift. Smith dispossessed out in front by Gaddy. Cooper Powell hustling after this puck, but Haig's going to get there defensively. Off the glass it comes. Back to center come the Indians. Max Smith over the line. He's onside. Good play there by Switowski to touch up. From the corner, Smith. Turnaround try. Save made Mack as he denies a frustrated Austin Falick. And the Indians with some gorgeous looks at Danny Mack in these final 2 minutes of regulation time, but it remains for the moment a 4-4 game. Leffler couldn't clear. Giorgio's shot blocked. Slapper, fan on by Falick. Another try is blocked by Dolan, who gave up the body. Lead pass to Seifarth. Seifarth going the other direction. Seifarth sends this puck down low, and it bounces off the side of the net. And it's going to be played defensively by Sabo. Lotta settles that puck down as the Indians survey the play and sail it up ahead for Giorgio. Giorgio over the Avonworth line. Giorgio around a man. Giorgio on his backhand forgot the puck. Poked back to center by Dolan. Figley retreating defensively for the Indians. Give it up to Seifarth. Seifarth has to wait for Dolan to get back on side now, and he coughs it up to Giorgio. Giorgio in the last minute of regulation time. Right wing circle, Giorgio out in front, underneath the stick of Falick. Oh, a big break there for Avonworth, which comes back 2-on-2. Seifarth, top of the left circle. Seifarth toward goal. Seifarth behind the goal. Seifarth, side of the net, turnaround, shooting, save made. Somehow the rebound stayed out. Cross ice it comes now to Jake Seifarth. Final half minute of play. Smallwood's shot deflected wide. Haig rubs his man off that puck as the Indians settle down defensively and they float it into their own bench area. And so play is whistled dead with 22 seconds to go until the weight loss direct overtime, should it be necessary. And if it is, there will be a short break, as it looks like Steve LaShawn is going to call his timeout here in the final few seconds of third period play. Now, to finish my thought, if it remains tied after time expires, there will be a very short break, as there is usually after period one, and then we will play 3 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime, NHL style. And we've got a live look in here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest coverage of Montour North Hills during the timeout. Brian Mitchell on the call of that one. Again, North Hills, really one of the feel-good stories in the league this year. Not a school necessarily known for its ice hockey prowess, but having a historic season at the varsity level so far this year and currently leading the Class A Gold Division by several points and looking to add to that lead against the Spartans tonight at the RMU Island Sports Center as we are back to action here in Warrendale. Indians win the defensive zone draw. And one of the Indians hauled down as play continues. Lopes have it. Side of the boards. Ralston to the corner. 8 seconds left. Lopes need a shot here. Ralston fires on goal, and I think Lotta might have caught a piece of that as it dribbles back to center. And we will head to the weight loss direct overtime here at the Galaxy Rink inside the Baierl Ice Complex, where the score after regulation is Avonworth Antelopes 4, West Allegheny Indians 4, and we'll keep it right here. Again, this will be 3 minutes of 3-on-3 OT. The only difference, palpably, from the NHL overtime is that they play 5-minute regular season overtimes, of course. And if there still is not a goal scorer after these 3 minutes, there will be a 3-round NHL-style shootout to follow until we have a winner. Gaddy, Ralston, and it looks like Penrose, the trio for Avonworth. It's Figley, Tepsick, and Giorgio for West A, as Penrose and Tepsick both play this puck into the Avonworth bench. And we are 7 seconds into the weight loss direct overtime. Indians win the draw. Tepsick had it poked off his stick. Giorgio retreats to his own blue line and goes cross ice. This shot from distance is blocked as attempted by Figley. Ralston gave it right back to Noah Figley, and Figley is content to just get it deep. No icing, they say, as Gaddy tried to dummy it to no avail. Up ahead to Penrose, the Avonworth captain. Penrose into the offensive zone, shoots it wide and out of play over top the West Allegheny goal. I think one of the Indians got a stick on that one as it went out of action. Both coaches making changes here with 2:18 to go in the sudden victory period. Indians win the faceoff. Switolski over the line. Switolski poked at, still has this puck, centers for Wineland. Wineland poke checked at the last moment. Can they send Dolan the other way? Oh, no, they can't. Dolan had trouble playing that puck outside his own zone. Giorgio over the line. Giorgio dumped on his backside by Seifarth as the Lopes will ice this puck with 1:51 to go in overtime. Now Tepsic, the West A captain, is going to come on for A.J. Coleman here to take this offensive zone faceoff against Jack Dolan, the freshman for Avonworth. And the freshman won it. Puck battle won by the Indians in the far corner. Tepsic creating space below the goal line. Tepsic on his backhand. Tepsic cross ice to Wineland, shoots. A glove save made by Danny Mack. Great chance there for Wineland to win it, but not to be. Seifarth goes right after Wineland now as he enters the Avonworth zone. Leffler pinning his man against the boards and fights for possession of this puck, which is loose in front of Lada, who finally locates and freezes inside the crease for a face-off. 1:16 to go in the overtime. And some much-deserved attaboys there for Lada after keeping it a 4-4 game for the moment. Avonworth wins the face-off, but now Ralston has it. Ralston 1-on-2 is sandwiched by a couple of defenders, and a chance the other way for Falick. Falick to the goal. He's knocked down. Penalty coming up against Avonworth. Another penalty shot. My goodness, 2 penalty shots called in one game. A rarity at any level of hockey, quite frankly. Falick was fouled before he had a chance to get a clean shot on goal, so I think in this case you could make a legitimate beef in favor of the penalty shot. Can Falick win it on an overtime penalty shot for West Allegheny? Denied by Danny Mack! And he slashes one of the Avonworth players, I think, on the shin. That was Gaddy who took that one. And Gaddy's asking referee March why there wasn't a penalty there, and so is Stephen LaShawn. And I think you can make a legitimate case for a penalty there as well. I'm sorry, but that was a cheap shot by Falick. Two penalty shots awarded in a single game to the West Allegheny Indians. 2 saves made, including one in overtime by Danny Mack. Can you say instant classic, 10-band TV viewers? I'd say we're down that rabbit hole right now. What a way to end it, no matter which team ends it on top. Figley behind the net. Now the Lopes have it deep in their own territory, and they will carefully skate it to center. Connor Rolston over the West A blue line in the final minute of overtime play. He's tied up at the West Allegheny bench, but Rolston keeps on fighting. Gets it down low into the corner for Gaddy. Gaddy is hit up high as this puck is poked outside the zone. A good desperation play there by Falick, who stays on here and quite frankly is lucky not to be in the box. Falick up to center for Leffler. Now it comes to Gaddy. 20 seconds left in overtime. Gaddy with room to shoot. He does, and Lada makes the save. And now Gaddy and Falick continue to exchange pleasantries, or a lack thereof, as play is whistled dead. 16 seconds left in overtime. Off the face-off, Gaddy has it. Up high to Leffler. Leffler shoots, it's blocked. 10 seconds to go. Wineland dumps his man, and a penalty coming up here on the Indians. And Wineland's going to go off here with 7 seconds to go in the overtime period. Question is that enough time for Stephen LaShawn to draw something up here and for the Lopes, for that matter, to find a winner off the faceoff? They're going to have to operate quickly, and they need a faceoff win first things first. A.J. Coleman getting the explanation from referee Batko, and I'm sure he's inquiring as to Wineland's status for the shootout, if necessary. Here we go. West A wins the faceoff. It goes off the glove of Leffler, and so we head to the weight loss direct shootout. Once again, it's an NHL style shootout, 3 shooters aside, and we'll do it until we have a winner here in Warrendale. And the coaches finalizing their shootout lineups here. 4-4 the score through overtime between the Avonworth Antelopes and West Allegheny Indians. And if West A can pull this out, they will leapfrog Avonworth for the number 5 spot, for the moment anyway, in the gold division, and the Indians will shoot first, and Logan Ballant will do so. Ballant over the line to the goal. Save. I think it rolled off his stick at the last second. I don't think Mack ever got a piece of that one.
Go, Avery!
Bottom of the first round, Avery Leffler will shoot first for Avonworth. Leffler to the goal. Score! Silky smooth Avery Leffler. 1-0 Avonworth after one shootout round. Next up for the Indians, Max Tepsick, their senior captain.
Go, Danny!
Tepsick through the left circle to the goal. Save made! This time Mac did get a piece of it with the left pad. And now Austin Gaddy, the junior, can win it for the Lopes. Bottom of the second round. And here comes Austin Gaddy. Save made! And the Indians are still alive as Lotta keeps him in it with a right leg. Brandon Switalski, the third West A shooter, and it's now or never for the Indians. Switalski, very deliberate. Now comes to the goal. Avonworth wins! Avery Leffler, the senior defenseman, with the lone shootout goal. And Avonworth rallies to defeat the West Allegheny Indians in the weight loss direct shootout by a final score of 5-4. A big, big win for the Lopes here on home ice as they stop their 2-game skid and go into the holiday break on a positive note here. And as this is my final broadcast of the 2022 calendar year, obviously like to say to all my 10-Band TV friends, family, etc., happy holidays and happy new year. And I'll see you on the flip side. And oh yeah, I have lots of people I want to thank too. Todd Kazarowski, Michael Amon, Kennedy Kazarowski, Matt Geitka, Brian Mitchell, Rick Tingle, the Peters Township Hockey Club, the South Fayette Hockey Club, the Mount Lebanon Hockey Club, my wife Courtney, my daughter Sophie, who with any luck one day will know what all of this means. Am I leaving anybody out? If I am, I apologize. And it takes a village to make it happen, and we appreciate all the great work that our behind-the-scenes team did to make PIHL Hockey Night Live happen in the 2022 calendar year. Again, Matt Geitka has tomorrow night's doubleheader. I will see you on Monday, January 2nd at the RMU Island Sports Center for more PIHL Hockey Night Live action. Once again, Avonworth defeats West Allegheny 5-4 in the shootout. I am Matt Popchock saying happy holidays and happy new year from Warrendale, and thank you for watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct. I forgot to plug the band. Damn it. I always forget to plug the band. And I forgot to plug Jared. Likewise. And if I know Jared as well as I think I know Jared, and I think I know Jared pretty well, his footage is going to be
We'll see.
something special.
Cool. We'll see.
Put it on the old sizzle reel.
Did you get any of the celebrations? I was thinking about that as I was doing. I'm like, hey, those are pretty good. Like when they, they score a goal. Yeah. You'll get something awesome. I'm not worried about it. I was just thinking, looking at that going, I can steal some of those.